Good morning, guys. Right, so gonna get started on the house. So let me give you a quick run around the house. So I'll give you a quick run around the outside of the house, and then what I'll do is I'll leave the inside of the house for the house for the next episode. So I'm just gonna turn you around then, guys, so you can see what I'm seeing. All right, so you can see where I'm parked up. Nice quiet lane. All right, just off the main road in a village called Dolna. All right, that's my Bulgarian property there. All right, as you can see, needs a lot of work. And the lane itself, nice and quiet. Very rarely see people coming down here. And the nice thing is, just over the back, so you've got an empty house there, and over the back from me is just forest, hills, woods. So I've got nice views in the evening. So I'm going to take it into the property itself. Just going through the old rackety gate. So as we start, you can see needles blaring. All right, and as you come in, I've got a well of my own. Well, the benefits about having a well in some of the villages in Bulgaria is there is water problems. So if you come over here to buy a property, one of the things you want to be asking is there water issues in the village themselves? Because you can lose water sometimes for a few days. Infrastructure is not particularly great. So if you do have a well of your own, you can plumb that up. You can see where this has been plumbed up with some sort of pump and generator. Make sure it's clean, test it, and then you can use that for your house water, for doing your washing machine and your dishes and whatever else you need to do. You generally buy your water here bottled and anyway for drinking. So just going around the garden then. All right, so a nice big plot of land. All right, not too big. One of the things I didn't want when I came here was because I like to travel. There might be periods when I'm not going to be here. I didn't want a plot of land which was sort of overwhelming, because the idea of coming out here and getting a big massive plot of land is nice, and a lot of people do. And then what they realise afterwards is the upkeep is a lot of work. I arrived here a few days ago. When I left before Christmas last year, this garden was in a good condition. It was all nice and short. Previous owners had obviously cut it, and I came back and it was overgrown. So in the wet season, the gardens will go mental. So taking you to the back of the property, what I've got here is I've got my barn, all right, with my outside areas. So the barn itself, all right, what I'm using that for at the moment is just like a wood shed to collect wood. In the outside area, again, I just want to put a temporary kitchen out here, so when it does start getting hot, I'm not in my van, cooking in my van in like 30+ degree temperatures. And over here is where the future driveway is going to be. All right, you can see that the gate's been all boarded up there, a bit overgrown, so that needs pulling away. But at the moment, it's just used for burning stuff as I go. So jobs I've done over the last few days, I've sort of cleared this area here, just to give myself a bit of workable space to put a little outdoor kitchen, barbecue, so I can cook my meals and have a brew. And then inside here is the woodshed. All right, so as I've been sort of clearing up the old trees what have fallen down, I've collected the wood. That is nice walnut, nice hardwood, which I can use for heating in the house, when I get the fire fitted, and that'll save me an absolute fortune. The barn itself, again, and what I'm going to be doing is getting this roof completely repaired down a later stage, but I want to keep all them beams because I think the beams are absolutely gorgeous. I want to keep all them, and on the outside again, I'll be getting a new roof put up, keeping all the beams, and then eventually this will be a nice outdoor kitchen, somewhere you can sit, socialise with friends, stick a burger on the barbecue, and enjoy the summer out here. And regarding the wood, in Bulgaria you don't get gas mains, so a lot of the heating is either done by electricity or wood. And obviously wood costs you nothing if you've got a nice sized garden, or you've got a garden with plenty of old trees, because you can sort of cut it up, stick it in your barn, let it season for a year and dry out, and you know that will do you for your heating and everything else. And then for whatever reason, you know, you do lose your electricity for your oven, you can always cook on top of your fire, you know, and probably go back to basics until it's all sorted out. So pan around the garden itself, I've been working on this garden for the last couple of days, just trying to get back down to a manageable state. Plenty of small trees. What I've got here is cherry trees. I've got some grapevines, you know, which would be nice. Because in Bulgaria, what they'll do, you know, in the villages, they'll have plenty of fruit and veg in the gardens, and then things from like the grapevines, they will make their wine and raki, all right, and they pickle a lot as well. So they'll have vegetable gardens, and they'll pickle the vegetables, and you know, last them for a long time. Just try and save money, because it's not a wealthy country, and they're really resourceful, so nothing gets thrown away, you know, everything gets used. As you can see there, you know, at the back is just woods, forest, which is literally down the back lane from me. You know, the old barns are on the back, none of them are getting used, no one lives in them, so I've got a place to myself. So panning round a bit, you can see there's an old walnut tree there, which is collapsed, was rotten and collapsed, so which is good for me. So I'm gonna like sort of let that dry out. I'm slowly cutting away at it, using it for firewood and, you know, kindling. And then the plan is, when I come to converting the house, these long sort of stems of wood, I'm gonna use them as stanchions for my lean-to, all right, because you know I will need shade. But that tree, you know, it had to come down because it's been damaging the roof on the property. The property's been sat for 20 years. You know, no one's lived in it, so the trees and the garden was left to its own devices, and it's caused a lot of damage. So just go around the back. You know, the back of the house at the moment doesn't get a lot of sun, so that all needs to be cleaned out. And as you can see, there's a massive walnut tree behind the back. I can't just cut it down, one, because it will take the house out, and two, because you know you have to have permission to cut down walnut trees in Bulgaria. So I've got the tree surgeon coming over to take all that away before work on the roof starts. You know, the roof is going to be starting in about 2.5 weeks, and all the roofs will be getting replaced, because I want to future-proof the house. You know, this will be my home for the future, so I want to make sure it's all nice, you know, all future-proofed, so you know it'll last my lifetime and hopefully the lifetime of the next person who moves in. So just going around the front of the house for you guys. Like I said, I'll show you inside in the next episode. But what you've got here is you've got the summer house, a separate part. It has been used as a bit of a shed, so I'm just working on that, trying to get the ceiling knocked down, because the roofers are going to be completely replacing that roof. You know, the beams and the rafters, everything needs to go, and then eventually there'll be a doorway going from a summer house into the main house, which is a 3-bedroomed Bulgarian property. Different types of property out here. Luckily for me, I have my stairs, which are internally, but some of the Bulgarian properties will have their stairs on the outside, so that, you know, I imagine it's nice in the summer, you know, when you come outside, it's a nice dry day, but in the winter, when it's cold, snowing, you know, the last thing I imagine is trying to get from upstairs downstairs in my slippers and my dressing gown, you know, so I make myself a nice cup of tea in the morning. So the outside of the house, you know, the main roof on here, all the tiles will be getting replaced. You know, there's some damage around the back, which has been caused by the walnut tree, but not as bad as the summer house itself. All the windows, I'm going to keep. That's original Bulgarian double glazing. And then what I plan on doing is this area here, the upstairs veranda, is that door will be getting made brought down to here. So we've got a patio area here, like inside area for your shoes and that. And then here is going to be a bathroom with a big window, so you can lie in the bath with a nice glass of wine and overlook, you know, them beautiful views in the evening while you're lying in the bath. So guys, a quick run round of the outside of my property. As you can see, I've got a lot of work to do. All right, I look forward to showing you the inside. But I'll say bye for now, because I want to get on with getting this ceiling down in the summer house ready for roofers. So I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.